Welcome to another live stream or the replay if you're watching on YouTube. I do these ever so often on TikTok live, although I want to do more YouTube lives. I just have to figure out my setup. But anyways, I also do a weekly live stream in my membership community, and usually I do 2 live streams in my membership, one of them being a class. I'm going to be doing another astrocartography class soon in my membership. That takes place on Wednesday evenings. And then I do a live stream in my membership every Sunday for the weekly transits, and the replay of that gets posted to my YouTube. And that's what you see if you watch your horoscope on my YouTube every week. I do the live in my membership community, so you can join it live in my membership and ask questions, share things about your chart. There's also a forum in my membership, and you can ask questions anytime in there about your chart and get answers from me and personal insight and things about transits or whatever's coming up for you. So yeah, the membership is a great place to connect with me and other people who are like-minded in learning astrology and human design as well. There's also like 40 classes inside already that I've taught on astrology and human design, various things in there. My astrocartography course lives in there. There's an astrology basics course in my membership, and there's also a human design basics course. So that's all in my membership. But recently I've been talking a lot in there about my astrocartography because I just moved to my Venus line. And you know, the Venus line is, I've talked about this, and I talk about this in the astrocartography classes, and I've talked about it in videos here where I talk about astrocartography. Like, it's not a one size fits all. Not everyone is going to enjoy their Venus line or their Jupiter line, or whatever it is that is like promoted as the good lines in astrology, because of what's going on with those planets in your chart. So I have Venus square Chiron, and that shows up whenever I'm on a Chiron line or a Venus line, like right now. That becomes more prominent. So if you have any squares with that planet that you're on the line of, it's going to become a bigger theme for you to work through. So I moved here on Saturday. It was a long drive. I saw that somebody asked about how'd it go. It was a very long drive. I drove from North Carolina to the West Coast in about 5 days. So it was a lot of driving, but yeah, went well, all things considered, and really excited to be here. That part of the country is so gorgeous. Really feeling grateful to be an American citizen. Our country is so stunning. So stunning, and we're so privileged to live here. So yeah, I'm excited. I've already been feeling Venus square Chiron themes coming up in major ways. I already like feel a big shift. Like I said, I was talking about this in my membership earlier today, of just how Chiron is on my ascendant because I'm on my Venus MC line. So that puts Chiron on my ascendant, because basically your astrocartography, like where your lines are what is going on in your relocation chart in that area. So in my relocation chart for here, Venus is on my midheaven, on my MC. That's why my Venus midheaven line goes through here. And that puts Chiron on my ascendant. So my Chiron line is also kind of close to here, but it's 1 degree away from my ascendant. So it's like farther than my Venus line, because my Venus is right on my midheaven in this area. So that's my relocation chart for here. I'm a Virgo rising. And oh wait, let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Calls have been crazy. Chiron is right on my ascendant, so I'm really experiencing a lot of those kinds of themes. And it's funny, when I was in France, Chiron was on my midheaven, because my relocation chart for France when I lived over there was a Sag rising. So Virgo was my 10th house, and I had Chiron in my 10th house, and so I experienced it much differently than I do here, where Chiron is like in my first house and on my ascendant. So anyways, very fascinating. I'm learning a lot. Scorpio, Venus and Scorpio. Ooh, that's intense. Where did Paris fall for you? I remember you saying you didn't love it. I loved Paris. I absolutely loved Paris. I just don't want to live there because it's hard as hell to be an immigrant. And that's not my, I just didn't want it that bad. Let me adjust this ring light though. It's kind of, I think that's better. But yeah, I didn't have any lines going directly through Paris, like any planet lines. I had Perrin lines going through there. And then actually I was in the south of France for a month. I was in Cannes and Nice, and Antibes, the whole Riviera for a month. And down there I have my moon. It must be my moon ascending line because I am a Sag rising over there. So it had to have been moon on my ascendant. And then I had my Mars line going through there, which must have been, what would that have been? Mars on, oh no, it was Mars IC line. I had my Mars IC line going through there. And I really liked it. Like, I really liked that energy. I really liked the area in the south of France. I'm still not super happy with this lighting. That just made it brighter. I don't want that. I feel like that looks better. I don't know, maybe it's because the sun is setting. What brings you to the West Coast? Well, I've lived on the West Coast. I've lived in Colorado. I consider Colorado the West Coast. It's like the start of the West Coast. I've lived there for 12 years and it's just not somewhere I want to be anymore. It's changed a lot and I don't like what they're doing, how they're implementing certain technologies and things. And what they're doing. Like, they're just exploiting the place like crazy and it's causing a lot of natural disasters that are just going to perpetuate. So anyways, I'm moved away from there and went a little more west, just based on a friend's recommendation. Multiple people actually recommended me to this place. So, and then when I learned my Venus line was here, I was like, oh yeah, no, like, let's check it out. And I used to travel to British Columbia, which also my Venus line goes through there. I used to travel there every winter to go skiing and I really love the energy. So I was like, okay, I kind of already know what my Venus line over there is going to be like. So yeah, really just like friends' recommendations, my astrocartography and following my intuition. Did I like the food there in France? Yes. Oh my God, I miss French food. What's my favorite so far? Favorite what? Are there any lines you would recommend avoiding, or is it just about different phases in life? I mean, it depends on your chart. I talk about this in the astrocartography course that is in my membership. Like, it really depends on what's going on in your chart, and it also depends on what you want for your life. Like, I kind of had avoided my Venus line because of how my Venus squares Chiron in my chart. So I knew that that was going to bring up major themes, but I feel like I'm at a place now where I'm like, I've really worked through my Chiron stuff. So I like don't feel as like sensitive to it, I guess. And so it's much easier for me to be here than it might have been earlier in my, like, you know, in another phase of my life. I don't like my Mars line either. I really don't like that energy. But again, it all depends on your chart and what's going on. If you have a lot of squares to a certain planet, like being on that planet's line might not be super enjoyable or comfortable for you. Come to California. I don't like California. I'll like visit. There's actually a song that the lyrics are like, I would visit, but I would never stay kind of thing. And that's how I feel about California. It's way too fucking crowded for me. Way too crowded and expensive. I'm good. I don't really want to be where like everybody is. So that's my vibe as well. I like things that are more low key and like small town feel and vibe. But a lot of my good friends live in California and they love it, and I'd love to visit them, but I don't foresee myself ever living there long term. Virgo sun, Leo rising, Aries moon. Ooh, that's fun. Ruled by Virgo sun. I'm like still not happy with this ring light. I don't know what's going on with that. I feel like this is me having Chiron on my ascendant. It's like I can't. It's very Chiron Virgo on my ascendant. I'm not satisfied with how the lighting looks on my face. Cat, Sun, Taurus, Rising, Leo, Moon. Oh, I love Leo moons. Y'all are so fun. You like hate to admit that you love attention, so you give everybody else attention. I have so many people in my life with Leo moons. Something like that was about to happen. Oh my god, I'm a Pisces sun, Aries moon, also with a Taurus rising. Oh, I love Taurus risings. I'm a Taurus sun. Oh yeah, Roots of Violet is also a Taurus rising, especially with my Aquarius Venus. Oh yes. Oh, that is such a fascinating combo. Why are you scared for Neptune and Saturn? We've already had it. Anyone scaring you with astrology, you need to block them. Anyone's videos you see that scares you about these transits. I just posted a video about Neptune going into Aries. But anyone's videos that scare you about it, like, you need to block them and stop listening to their bullshit. Nothing about astrology should scare you. That's not the point. And we've already had Neptune in Aries. Like, this isn't our first rodeo. We had it first direct, and we had it when it went retrograde. They went through the same degrees, so we've already experienced it. I feel like for the collective, it's a big rebirth. Like, it's a big new cycle, a new chapter beginning for all of us. I've been saying this a lot in my videos. And especially like in my Instagram stories lately. I've been really heavily in my Instagram stories, posting on my Instagram stories. But it's really like we're starting a whole new book, because Neptune is 14-year cycles. So we're really beginning a whole new book of our life, a new season. I keep wanting to say chapter because that's just like the expression, but it really is like a whole new book. What have you heard? Oh my god, I cannot believe people are scaring you with it. That pisses me off to no end. Like, what's the point? What is the point of being scared? What is it? How does it actually serve you? Because astrology is a tool, and this is why I teach it in my Become an Astrologer course. You can learn to understand these things so you don't have to rely on fear-mongering from people who are just chasing clout. Astrology is a tool to understand energies and to understand themes and phases and timing of your own life as well as the collective. So Neptune moving into Aries is just a new cycle as it relates to spirituality and intuition. Maybe the thing that's like scary about it is there's going to be, and there already is, like spiritual warfare. And we've really seen that with like everything that was happening during the election, with all this like misinformation being put out and people really being on one end of the spectrum or another and can't like come to middle ground and can't see where each other is coming from with their different beliefs or the different perspectives. Like, that to me is a little frightening, but also it's like, what's the point in focusing on that? It's not going to serve me. It's not going to serve the collective to focus on the fear and perpetuate it. And that's also Uranus moving into Gemini. We've experienced that as well, and how like there's just this really a lot of infiltration happening at the level of our minds through information that we're consuming and being force-fed, instead of using our own discernment and our own intuition to gauge whether or not information feels correct for us. There's a lot of collective brainwashing happening, and that's what I mean by spiritual warfare. So maybe, that's kind of scary and going to continue to perpetuate with Neptune and Aries and Uranus and Gemini, but it's all teaching us something. Again, this is my view of astrology as well, as evolutionary astrology is what I practice and what I teach. How we can use it to better ourselves and see how the collective is evolving through these themes. So it's helping us to become more discerning and more intuitive, and it's also helping us to rely less on corporations and the government to make our decisions and provide for us, and really starting to lean more on each other and our communities. what we're building, what we're doing locally. Pluto and Aquarius. Do you have anything to share about nodal returns? I'm in mine and it's been a lot. I have a video on it. I think it lives in the North Node playlist. And then that's something I teach in my intermediate astrology course as well. But in general, you know, it depends on what's going on in your chart. But it also, as always, it depends on what's going on in your chart. But the nodal return is really a time of aligning with your purpose in deeper ways. So if you haven't been aligned with your purpose, it might feel rough because it's like, oh shit, all of a sudden I'm forced to recalibrate and I'm forced to actually align with my destiny because I've been avoiding it for the last 18 years. So that's really what nodal return is. If it's your second nodal return, which happens around 36, 37. I have a friend who just had hers, and she's really been working on aligning with her North Node path for since I've known her, the last 5 years. And in her nodal return, like her business blew up and she really moved to this new area that helped her business blow up. And like, it is just really perpetuating her success with everything that she started to align with many years ago, because she had already started to align with her true path, which is what your North Node is. And this is again why it's so important to learn how to understand your astrology and why I teach it. And my mission is to help everybody understand it and be able to read your chart on your own so you can use it as your cheat code to life that it is, the guidance system to your life that it is, to align with what is meant for you. It was bad while Neptune is in Pisces. I have Aries stellium, 12th house. Thank you for explaining. Yeah, for sure. You're welcome. What do you think about disclosure? I don't know what that is. That's true. These years I have learned a lot. Yeah. Well, as a planet moves through the last degrees of a sign, we're really closing out those energies and learning, fully integrating to learn those lessons and things. So that's what's been happening as Neptune has been kind of like going in and out of the last degrees of Pisces. Also, do you still do human design readings? In my one-on-one, yeah. My one-on-one is a blend of astrology and human design. But I have the automated report you can get that tells you about your human design. So I haven't been doing like TikTok human design readings since I launched that, because it's cheaper than getting a reading from me live on TikTok, and it goes through way more than we could go through in a TikTok live reading. It literally covers your whole chart. It's only $30. You can get it from my link in bio. Look for where it says learn your human design. It gets sent instantly to your email. And it's like a PDF interpretation of your human design chart. It's all written by me. I didn't use AI for any of it. I wrote everything. It took me like 2 years to create that thing. But now it is, yeah, it's ready, and it will break down everything in your chart personalized for your human design. But if you want to go deeper or ask me like questions about things, that's what we do in a one-on-one session. Those are also linked in bio. I just opened those up again because I was traveling and just like in such a transitional place. I feel like the last 2 months of 2025 were so rough because of the Chiron Jupiter square. Like, my God, I'm so glad we're like past that. That was really hard. But anyways, I just opened up my one-on-ones again if anybody wants one. And I'm in Pacific time now. But it'll convert it for your time zone. But yeah, human design is really important to learn how to live as well for yourself and really align with your highest potential. Like, it's really a guidance system. Like, astrology is more zoomed out of your life, more about timing, general themes of your purpose and different areas of your life and things. And human design is really like, what is your energy like? How are you meant to use it? How do you know you're doing things in a way that is in alignment with your path and with your purpose? How do you know you're making decisions that are correct for you? It's really like a user manual. Human design is, it's really meant to be lived in your like day-to-day of like whenever you go somewhere or do something, like really checking in with your authority is what it's called in human design, which tells you how your intuition speaks to you and gives you insight into like how you're meant to make decisions as yourself and aligned with your unique energy to live out the purpose that only you have. Because human design is really, really, really specific and individualized. Whereas, like I said, astrology is more general. But there's just so many variables to human design. There's just so much data that it's like there's billions of different human design charts. Like you could create billions of different combinations of human design chart and not have one repeat itself. It's kind of crazy how like much there is to human design. But yeah, it's really cool. I really nerd out about it. And I love teaching it. I've taught a lot of classes on it and courses and things. So yeah, that's that. I need to see if my relocation chart changes my human design, because that's a thing too. Basically everything that exists in astrology also exists in human design. Your solar return chart, your Saturn return chart. I have a class on that in my membership on the human design of your Saturn return. What else? Progress chart. You can get a human design progress chart. Everything you can get in astrology, you can also get for human design, because astrology is the base of human design. If y'all didn't know that, like I can look at someone's human design chart and be like, oh, their moon's in Virgo because their moon would be in gate 6 or gate 59 or any of the Virgo gates, right? Like astrology is the base of human design. So yeah, I really, I love it. I love human design. I love talking about it. I love my one-on-one readings and helping y'all with it. It's super fun and super helpful. It's super helpful. Some comments were filtered. Oh my god, TikTok has been crazy with the filtering lately. I think we're in Aquarius season now. Hold on, let me check my... Oh my god, we're like a little bit away. Hold on, we're like, let me look. Sun enters Aquarius. We're like an hour and a half away. $29 degrees, Capricorn. 22nd? Are you talking about Aquarius season? It starts today. At 5, I'm in Pacific time, so it will be 5, like right before 6 p.m. Let me see. 5:45 p.m. Pacific is when Aquarius season begins. Yes. Yes, yes. And then we have February 17th is like a big day. Can y'all feel that energy of February 17th? Like it feels very activating, very expansive. Your birthday season, yay! We're in Aquarius already out here in Michigan. No, I don't think so. It wouldn't change until 7:45. I don't think that's how it works. Let me see. Yeah, no. Or wait, are you in Central Time or Eastern Time? Either way, we all still have like an hour and a half. What was I saying about, oh, February 17th, because we have our first eclipse of the year, and it will be in Aquarius on the same day as the Lunar New Year. So that's when we move into the year of the fire horse. We're not in the year of the fire horse yet. I've been seeing a lot of people saying that. That it's like, we're already in the year of the horse. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Like, we have to have a Lunar New Year, and then we're in the year of the horse. So that would be February 17th. 3 days after that, the new moon eclipse in Aquarius and the Lunar New Year, which begins the year of the fire horse. 3 days after that, on February 20th, we have Neptune moving in, Neptune-Saturn conjunction in Aries. I talked about this in my membership community. I did a deep dive on the astrology transits of 2026, going into every single month, and my predictions and like the major things that are going to be happening. I'm so excited for the Neptune-Saturn conjunction. We had a little glimpse of it over the summer, but they never got exactly conjunct down to the minute. But that will be happening on February 20th at 0 degrees Aries, which is like the truest form and the most powerful form of Aries energy. It's saying it filtered out comments, but I'm not even seeing where to approve them. Very strange. Tech issues galore. Okay, let's look at February. February 20th. Yeah, the Saturn-Neptune conjunction happens in the early morning. For me here in Pacific time. East Coast, it will be like right before noon, like 11:52 a.m. Very exciting. Where does everybody have Aries in their chart? What house does it rule? For me, it's my 7th house. And last summer, when we had Saturn and Neptune move into Aries, and they were like pretty close to being conjunct at 1 degrees. There was so much coming up for me in relationships and like dating, and I was like meeting new people, but I had started to see somebody new, like date somebody new, and that just ended really poorly. That was like a shit show. And I learned a lot through those lessons with other people, which is 7th house terrain. You have Saturn in Aries, 11th house. Oh, wow. What degrees? So friendships, community, long-term goals, visions. Your dreams, social media is the 11th house. Social media. Let's see, who would that be? Gemini rising? Yeah, that's Gemini rising, right? Trying to think of, yesterday I did the horoscope for Gemini risings for this week's transits. I'm trying to remember. Someone actually messaged me about the Gemini rising horoscope and was like, this resonated so deeply, like especially Tuesday and Thursday, I have some really big things happening, and like that just makes so much sense, like the horoscope for those energies. I'm like, this is crazy. Because sometimes I do the horoscope and I'm like, wait, this is really specific. Like, is this gonna resonate with people? And then just have y'all's messages be like, it was so spot on. Like, makes me so happy. Had to look it up again, 4th degree. Oh, wow. My friendship has been rocky lately, because you're stepping into new energies there. Especially with having Saturn in that area of your chart, it's like you really have to have people who respect you and are direct, and match your like level of assertiveness and ambition. You can't have lazy people around, or unaccountable people, or irresponsible people. It's gonna like really piss you off. Big theme of your Saturn return probably. That's gonna be starting. Well, it's already kind of already in it, but it won't peak for a couple months. Yeah, because Saturn doesn't move back into Aries, I don't I think until February. And then I think it's actually moving pretty fast through Aries. Like we're going to have Saturn at 4 degrees. Your Saturn return might peak by like March sometime. I don't know draconian astrology, so I'm not the one to ask about that. I have no idea what that even is. I do evolutionary astrology, whole sign astrology, simple astrology. That is how I teach astrology. I'm not one to overcomplicate things that don't need to be complicated. I believe astrology is a tool to access your intuition and your soul's knowledge. So that's how I teach it in my courses. That's how I view astrology. That's what I use it for, is to access the wisdom of my soul through a simple understanding of what the planets and the houses and the signs mean, and the degrees and the aspects and the decans. I teach on all that stuff, but I don't take it deeper than that, because it really doesn't need to be. A lot of this like needing to learn a certain type of astrology or like deeper stuff with astrology is a distraction. To me, astrology is a divination tool, and it's meant to help you access your intuition, which is your soul's knowing, your heart and your soul. It's knowing on what you need in order to align with your true path. Ooh, I want a reading. How do I pay? Let me, the link is in bio. Let me put it up. Let me put up the link in bio. Okay, the button is up in the bio. Just make sure to put all your birth info in there. And we can get going with it. And then let me know once you've booked, because I'll have to refresh the page to see your order and type in your, pull up your chart. Yes, I do astrocartography, but you need to know exactly where we're looking at. You need to have a city in mind or an area in mind, or at least a focal point. Because astrocartography is hella fucking complicated. Mostly I love to teach astrocartography because it's so much more helpful when you can look at it for yourself and like go through what everything is. And so I teach it and help you to understand what it is you're looking at, because it can be a lot. I have courses on astrocartography in my membership. So I love to teach it and help you understand like how to like gauge meaning from your own chart in that way. But yeah, I can look at it in here or in a one-on-one, as long as you have a focus. I mean, generally, whenever you get a reading, it's helpful to have a focus. But yeah, I've been learning a lot about astrocartography through all my travels. Like last year I lived in France, and I was traveling all over France and like Italy and London and things, and it was really helpful to just be able to look at it and gauge what was going on for me. So I've really learned a lot about my own chart and astrocartography through that, and that's where a lot of my courses were taught from, is with that knowledge and experience. I teach from experience and give practical examples, real life examples in all of my classes. And then I traveled this past summer all over Montana and different parts of the US. I was in Utah and Arizona. And then I traveled from Arizona to the East Coast. And then recently I traveled from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast. And I went some places I had never been, like in Wyoming and Nevada. And it was super fascinating, like traveling along that part of the country and like what my astrocartography is for there is super fascinating. To just like, it's so accurate. It's always on point. It really geeks me out. Yeah, I love astrocartography. But you can really see more, and I teach this in my membership too, about the relocation chart. You can really see a lot more when you pull up your relocation chart for an area. Like, I have a friend that does his relocation chart every year for his birthday to see like where would be best for his solar return. Like, he literally travels to different places based on where the best solar return chart is because of his astrocartography and relocation chart and everything. And so anyways, there's like levels to how far you can take the practice and the tool. But yeah, it's always been super helpful and on point for me, especially when I was in Hawaii. I have so much going through Hawaii. And it helped, like, seeing my astrocartography really just helped me make sense of what I felt there and why it was so transformative for me to live in Hawaii. And it was just such a activating time period for me because I have so much going through Hawaii. I have like my sunline, my Mercury, my Neptune, my Uranus, because yeah, my Neptune and Uranus are conjunct in my chart, and my Sun and Mercury are also conjunct in my chart. So those lines are going to be together wherever they are in the world. And so they were like all in Hawaii. Hey, Nicole. Okay, whoever wants a reading, let me know when you book. I'm probably only going to take a few. Because my throat has had like a really short lifespan. It's like really hard talking for, how long have I been on here so far? Maybe like an hour? Maybe not an hour, but it's felt like an hour. Anyways, it's a lot of talking, and my throat is like not okay with it recently. But happy to do a few readings for those of you that want them. And then I'll be back another day. Krista paid. Okay, let me look. Got it. General. Okay, what's going on for you? What do you want me to look at? What's the major thing you want me to look at? I'm just pulling up your chart right now, and then I'll get into it. Sort of career and money. Okay, yeah. That's like my specialty. You want to buy a new home? Ooh, that's exciting. How do your readings work? You book through the link in my bio, and we do it here on live. You can screen record or just be present. Just be present for it. I also post the replay of this to my YouTube. But your information is confidential. I don't say it on the live or put it anywhere. Okay, Krista. Career, money, want to move. What's going on right now for you with that? Because it feels like the new moon, the new moon was in your area of home. So there's a lot of momentum towards that right now. Through putting in an offer, maybe if you found the right home, and like, it's like time to take action on it. If you found the right home and everything. If not, if right now feels like there's not the right place, or there's something about it that you don't like, it feels like in the next 6 months. Working on some DIY projects to get my house ready to sell. Oh, okay. So that makes sense. You're like, yeah, you're feeling the like push to put energy into your home to figure out your next move. Okay, got it. Yeah, that makes sense. So DIY. Yeah, you're good. So then it feels like it could come to fruition in the next like 6 months. Let me see. Whoa, you're exactly in your Jupiter return right now. There's major focus mostly on like your work. And like career. It's kind of like put your focus on what you're starting there, what you're wanting to do differently about work and career, as opposed to distracting yourself with the home stuff. Like the home stuff's going to work itself out. It kind of feels like there's something shifting with the market. There's something, you know, the right place has to become available, and the timing, it all has to kind of sync up. And a lot of that is out of your control. So the major focus is like, what are you doing with career, and what are you stepping into that's different? That's maybe even more like spiritual or creative than you have been doing in the past, and more aligned with like what you actually love. An obsession, a passion. Maybe it's starting a YouTube channel, doing DIY projects, right? My mom is super into those. And I was home for the holidays and she just like watches them nonstop. And I'm amazed at how many people on YouTube create this kind of content, and there's different styles and niches, and like it's insane what is possible, especially right now, like with the internet. And so for you, that's the major focus, is like, what are you wanting to do that's different than what you've been doing, and how can you put yourself out there to really be doing it and build something for yourself. And then, like I said, the home stuff is just going to all kind of work itself out. Is there something related to that you're wanting to do? Like start a YouTube channel or something like that? Maybe even like blending a bunch of different things like parenting, health, wellness, spirituality. Wasn't planning on it. Okay, what's going on with career then? Because there's an opportunity for you to change something there and align with... Oh, I'm sorry, you're not in your Jupiter return. You're in your Jupiter trine. That's happening in your areas of work and career. So there's a big opportunity for you to expand in those areas. Used to do tarot and haven't in a while. Working on a new certification for project management. Is that like really what you truly, like in your heart of hearts, want to be doing? That kind of feels like the Virgo coming in of like, well, this equals this and I have to do this for that. It's more of like, that's coming from a mental place than a heart-led place. No, yeah, I didn't think so. I don't know what my heart of hearts wants. Yes, you do. You just don't think it can be successful. You just don't think it can make you money, but that's a lie. Yep. You have to tune back into like your inner child. That's going to be a big theme for you this week, actually, is really focusing on, and again, maybe like starting to film yourself doing these DIY things and like putting it somewhere, whether it's TikTok or YouTube or wherever, and getting more into that creative childlike spirit of like creating and putting it out there and see where it will lead you. That's really the major like opportunity for you right now, and focus this week is shifting from the like practical, structured, and into the more whimsical, creative, like, and just seeing where that leads you. Not saying quit your job and start a YouTube channel overnight, but just like embrace what you're creating and like sharing it with the world and where that can lead you. Because you have the potential, like, I'm a Libra rising as well, and we're supposed to do what we're obsessed with for money. I also have Pluto in my second house like you do, and we're supposed to like transform our relationship with money, and that will really accumulate a lot of wealth for us. But we have to take that leap, and we have to step outside of the known in the box of like what society has told us to do to make money and create our own path and trajectory. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yes. Yeah, that's really what the big energy is in 2026. I've been trying to learn my neonatal chart. Can you recommend, what is neonatal? I don't know what that means. I like that idea in theory. Well, it's up to you. Like, this is just what your chart is saying. This is like, I specialize in life purpose astrology and aligning you with your highest potential. You don't have to choose it. You can choose the mundane. You can choose, you know, I got this certification and this is what I'm going to do. You can choose that. Like, it's not wrong. It's not bad. It's just all up to you and what you want and what is going to make you happy. Can you read my chart, please? Yes, you can book through my bio. Wanted to insert that GIF, yeah. A little Virgo, right? Yes. It's very Virgo. It's very Virgo. But, you know, the choice is yours. Do you want to live like, you know, a very creative, fun, passionate life? Or do you want to stay in the mundane? Because it's safe, because it's known, because it's comfortable. You're at a crossroads. But I'll tell you, you know, if anything can happen, no one has job security unless we create it for ourselves. So anything can happen. For me, I was kind of forced into tarot and doing tarot, and then it led me to astrology and human design. Here we are 6 years later. I was forced into it. I tried to get jobs. I tried to like keep on the traditional path, and like the universe like would not let me. And every time I tried, it just went to shit. So I was like forced into it. I really didn't have a choice. It feels like you more so have a choice. But the path of the mundane and the practical and the certification life might get really frustrating to you, and it might feel like really soul sucking if it doesn't already. So, you know, but again, you choose your hard. You choose your hard. Entrepreneurship is hard, but so is working for somebody else in other ways. Outside of the making a better home for my kids will make me happy. Oh, yes. And getting out of my comfort zone with work could be it too. Outside of the certification, I mean, bossing up. Yeah. It's really aligned for you if you want it. If you want a more passionate career. You're so welcome. And I feel like it would really inspire your kids as well. Because that's the future. The future is really like doing things from a heart-led place. It's not working for these big things anymore. Like, that's really changing with Pluto and Aquarius. Do you do a mini reading or can you answer a specific question? Yes. Link is in bio to book. Your weekly forecast confirms some biz pivots I'm making. Oh, yay! Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Libra Sun, Scorpio Moon. I think Cancer rising, but it changes. So possibly Gemini. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm excited for you, Krista. Come back and let me know in like the next 6 months what happens with home, because it feels like it's just gonna click into place and be really like synchronistic. I have transiting Pluto on my natal sun in the 12th house. Oh. I already answered that, Nana. Nana? Nana? I don't know. I already answered it. Link is in bio if you want a reading. Book and let me know so I can pull up your chart. So I can pull up your chart. I just did a reading. It's here live. The live reading that, you know, it's a live reading. If you book through what's in my bio right now, it's a live reading. Unless you book a one-on-one, then you pick a time and a day and we meet over Zoom. Or I think it's Google Meet, something like that. You'll get the link. Yes, I'm doing TikTok live readings right now and they're $33. And it's looking at your astrology. Yes. That's how it works. They're live readings. I do sometimes have readings that are like audio format delivered, but those are like usually $150 and they're much longer and in depth than we get to do here on live. But I don't have any of those. If any of y'all want one of those, I can open up availability for it. I don't have any linked right now on my page, but those I usually have. I have a 1 week wait time for those right now. But yeah, live readings are here right now, live once you book. I don't think there's anybody in line right now, so whoever books next would get the reading next. We're an hour away from Aquarius season. Oh my gosh. And then we have literally like everything moves into Aquarius this week. All of the inner planets. The sun in about an hour. Mars, Mercury, Venus has already moved into Aquarius. It's on Pluto right now, I think. It is on Pluto right now. What's funny too about the fact that I just moved to my Venus line is Pluto. I think the day I moved here, Pluto was exactly in a trine to my natal Venus. Like exactly. Nuts. I just love astrology. It's like, it never lies. Girl, I'm Aquarius Venus and Venus just entered into Aquarius. It means you might have your Venus return right now or it'll be soon. And you get a Venus return chart for your Venus return. So it just tells you about your Venus return chart tells you about the themes of Venus you'll experience over the next year. And your Venus return can happen before or after your solar return. Mine, the last couple years, has been before my solar return because Venus usually moves into Gemini before the sun moves into Taurus. My sun is in Taurus. I'm cooked. Well, it depends on your Venus return. Depends on the degrees of your Venus for when exactly you have your Venus return. And then you get a whole chart for that year's themes of Venus. But a lot of it depends on what's going on in your personal chart as well. Where Venus rules in your chart. Like Venus rules my 8th house and I'm in a Venus year. Like Venus is my time lord. And it has been a lot of 8th house themes. Like it hasn't just been all like fun and whimsical and like beautiful like Venusian themes. It has been like deep transformation with money and self-worth and values, like 8th house stuff. So yeah, we have to always bring into account what's in your chart. Booked. Okay, let me refresh and see. Love you. You're always so calm and collected. Love you too. Meditation and yin yoga and daily walks and being a Taurus and going through a lot of hard shit really early on in my life. Let on me. Okay, let's look, Anna. Let me pull up your chart. You were born literally like 2 months before me. Manhattan. Guys, I was like in the South too long during the holidays. I like developed some weird accent things. Okay. Sagittarius rising. Wait, you asked about career and love. Okay. Typical. I love it. What's going on with love? Because there's potential for you to be dating or be focused on that, especially in the coming couple months. I'd say February and March. There's a lot of opportunity right now for you to be doing healing within dating, meeting expanders, people who help you to see what's possible within relationship, even if it's not like you're meeting your person right away. It's like you're meeting people who are close and who are like 90% of what you want, and it's getting you closer to what you want. That's kind of the energy right now. But it's you gotta get out of your house. Yes, but I think I have Capricorn rising. Cusp, no. Not unless you were born at like 2:30 a.m. or like closer to 3 a.m. 2 a.m. though, you're 19 degrees Sagittarius rising, so. Talking to a guy in Ireland, we're not together, but stay in touch. So maybe that's something, that's an expander. That's someone that's like healing. But it feels like right now, the major focus is on like, what are you doing to take care of your physical and mental health? And really overcoming like patterns. Oh, TikTok is doing something. Really overcoming past patterns with physical health, with work, with your routine, with structure, so that you're balancing your physical and mental health better. That's the major focus for you right now, and then everything else will kind of line up. Like focusing too much heavily on relationships and love is a distraction at the moment. You're meant to really be focused on yourself and what you're doing structurally in your day to take care of you. Maybe developing a spiritual creative practice as well, along the lines of that. I actually feel really stuck. I'm living with my mom and it's bad. Yeah, I feel you. I was just staying with my parents and it was a shit show. I feel you. It's not easy. But it is showing us, it does show us what we don't want to become or what we don't want to embody, right? And sometimes we have to take leaps to get out of it. Like I just took a big leap and moving completely across the country from my family, to be in my own energy again, to really expand and to take better care of my physical and mental health, right? So we a lot of the times have to take these leaps before we have full clarity or answers. I feel like for you, there might be something really that lines up in the next month for you to like get out of there and move. Work and career. What are you doing right now for work or career? I feel like you're meant to have your own thing. You really have to be around people who positively influence you and support you as well. Looking into nursing programs. Okay. Need to move out, have a fashion degree, looking for work, NYC. Universe brought me here at this exact time. Ah, that's so exciting, Emily. Okay, cool. You'll probably be next. Also taking a jet brokerage course. All over the place. Yep. Yeah, you need to ground that in. Like, you need to stop thinking about money. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but this is the energy that we're all moving into as a collective. What brings you the most joy? How can you do more of it? How can you share more of it? How can you align with that energy? and not doing things for money, because that's going to keep you in the same old cycles. You need to do things because you actually love doing them. Like it's your obsession, it's your joy. Fashion feels really aligned. It's like there's some sort of transformative aspect to whatever you do. It's deep. Like it's not just, fashion seems like it's surface, but it's not. There's a depth to fashion, right? So there's a depth to what you need to be doing and stepping into. And the money will come. And you have to trust in that and really come at it from, what do I want to be doing? It would be to do fashion. Okay, if you already had a lot of money, what would you be doing? I feel like I need to do something else to sustain my fashion goals. I don't know that industry or that world, but again, like I said, you have to come at it from like, if you already had what you think you need to have the thing, what would you be doing? Would you be making your own clothes and promoting them on TikTok or YouTube, or like creating your own YouTube channel? Like, this is 2026. We don't have to go in the same old like corporate structures. We don't have to do things the traditional way anymore, and we're not meant to, and that's not going to work anymore. So if you already had what you wanted, how would you go about doing it? Talk to the version of yourself that's already done it. What did she do? What did she have to let go of? What did she have to create or share or start to do that was differently and innovative? Go big, be low-key famous. Yeah. Doing it the way that, everyone has done it for the past 100 years is not going to work anymore. You have Mars in Aquarius. You have Mercury in Aquarius. You have to do it differently. You have to do it differently. You can literally build your own brand by bringing people in to your world on TikTok. Like, there's been so many people that have blown up and created hella success for themselves by sharing their dream or just starting to figure out how to do it on TikTok. You can even talk to ChatGPT about it. I have no money. How do I go about this? How do I build my own thing? In the past, you have been in your head. That ends today. That ends right now. If you want your life to change, you can't go about it the same way you have been. So now it's up to you. Now it's up to you what to do. Use the shitty situation as your fuel and motivation to build what you want. Excuses are so 2025. We're going to bring that saying back. Do you think I should do nursing to tradition? No. Again, you're thinking from money. Remember what I said. If you already had money, what would you do? Would you still pursue nursing if you already had money? You'd be surprised what can happen when you act on your intuition and inspiration instead of scarcity. Well, those are your questions to answer. I'm just the guide, not here to tell you what to do. You have your own authority and autonomy. So, keep me updated, Anna. I feel like something big is going to shift for you in the next month around all of it. That was your reading. That was your reading. All right, Emily is next. If you want to go deeper, Anna, you can book a one-on-one. All right, Emily, I'm pulling up your chart. Is it Montgomery County, Emily? Hey. Yeah, you're welcome, Anna. How many are on your list? 2 at the moment. And I'm about to, so I'm on to Emily, and then it will be, let me look. Then it'll be one other person, and then there's no one after. Yeah, so it's Emily right now, and then we're on Lisa, and then there's no one after Lisa at the moment. Wait, Emily, you have the same birthday as my grandma. I have like 3 people in my life that share your birthday. I feel like I always meet I always meet people that are born July 13th. I love it. Okay, let me go back. Make sure I have everything right. Career and business. Okay, what's your business? Oh, we're also Libra risings. The best birthday. Yeah, I love my Cancers. As a Taurus, I love my Cancers. Is your business being a psychic? TikTok, psychic readings, and gift development. Feeling a shift though. Ooh. What do you mean feeling a shift? Because collectively TikTok's kind of dying off. I mean, it's still a good place to like outreach and be consistent. But honestly, for me, I've seen such a decline in TikTok. I've been on this app for 4.5 years. And really I'm feeling like this right now, the opportunity is YouTube. And I only still create here on TikTok because I love doing lives here. It's my favorite place to go live. But also I just create, well, it's easy to create content on here too, but I repurpose it to other places. So I'm currently launching my business course. And I talk about this in my business course about repurposing your content. So I create here on TikTok because it's the best place for me to create. It's where I love to create. And then I repurpose it to Instagram. I have a software that does this. Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, Facebook, other places. So that's what I currently am using TikTok for. And then most of my energy is going into YouTube. And that's like where I'm feeling the opportunity is right now for small businesses and creators. Rebrand for a different audience. Agree that YouTube is starting to pop up for me. Yes. Yeah. Okay. You're already on it. Yes. Yeah. Interesting. You have Jupiter on your south node right now. It's retrograde. But your south node is retrograde and your north node's retrograde too. So there's a big opportunity for you to be reevaluating what actually feels good to be doing in your career. And like you said, like rebranding. I think it's just more important to focus on though, like what you love talking about. And then the rebrand will come naturally from that. And it's like there's going to be a big pivot this year. I think you mentioned when you booked like that you have another job. Do you have a 9 to 5? Is that what that means in your note? Because it feels like there's going to be a big shift this year where your small business is going to like overshadow your other job, and then there's going to be this jump. Gotta pay bills. Yeah. The great advice that I've heard around that is like, wait till your business is bringing in like 2 or 3 times what you need, consistently. And I feel like that's going to happen for you this year because there's, did I already say this? We're both Libra risings. There's really a like once in a 12-year cycle happening for us in our career. And that's Jupiter moving through our 10th house. And you're also going to have Jupiter moving through starting in the summer, all of your Leo placements, which is just like a lot of expansion and amplification. But Jupiter can be the energy of like a viral moment. And then it's kind of like, you know, viral moments are interesting because they usually don't last. And that's very much Jupiter energy. So it's like making the most of it when it happens, and kind of being a little bit strategic with it. Like it is going to happen and you might have multiple viral moments this year, but it's, you kind of have to be strategic with it and not get like blown out of proportion or like overspend or things like that. Like overindulge is the word I was looking for. That's kind of the energy. Heck yeah, I'm here for it. Yes. Yeah, because people need you and your gifts, and you're definitely meant to be doing what you're doing and moving in that direction. Or so it's good that you're moving in that direction, because yeah, it's what you're meant to be doing. There might even be a lot that happens for you this week where you're feeling more like creatively inspired. I don't know if you follow me on YouTube, and I do a weekly horoscope, and this week for Libra risings, it was like so much creative inspiration, so much like feeling more renewed in terms of what we're creating and what we're putting out into the world. And so that's going to be a big theme for you this week. Yeah, lots of positive shifts for you in work and career in 2026. It's just going to kind of build all year. So you're already on the right path, and just keep doing what you're doing. Maybe also too, like in the rebrand, I think there's gonna be how do I say that? Or how do I want to say that? Like focused on what problem you're solving for people. I mean, this is like, you might already know this, it's marketing 101, but what's the problem that your gifts really solve for people? Like, how do you help people heal? Because you have your Chiron at the like the critical degree of fame. So you're really meant to be known for maybe your own, like what's helped you to heal and helping other people with that. Like you're going to be really well known for what you're doing. And it's just about coming at it from like the actual thing that you help people with, or that you help heal for them. Kay just booked. Yay! Yes, I started teaching and working on the audience shift. Okay, yeah. Yay! Okay, booked. Yay! Oh my god. Y'all are gonna sell me out. I'll be sold out of readings. Girl, you're spot on with all of it. All of it. Yay! I'm so excited for you, Emily. Yeah, that's the major thing, is like, what are you like targeting for people? And really owning it. Like, you really gotta own it. Like, you can't be in your head of like, you know, is this? No. Don't question it. You have to own whatever this is. It might be really specific. You gotta own it. And that's what's gonna be like your key to success, is owning it. Oh, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited. Keep me updated. Keep me updated. Yay, you're so welcome. This is your year. I'm so excited for all Libra risings. Okay, who's next? Lisa. Lisa is next. I love the eyes emoji. It's like one of my favorites. Hi, Lisa. Okay, let me pull up your chart. Let me pull up your chart. home. What's going on with home? Are you also a Libra rising? I feel like all of us are so focused on home right now. I mean, it's everything moving through Capricorn. And then Jupiter in Cancer. Been trying to buy a house. Okay. That feels like something that could come to fruition April or May. It's been a mess these last couple of years. Yeah, I know. I've been watching the market. It's a mess. But it does feel like there's going to be some sort of market shift or something. And that could come to fruition around May. So you're a Leo rising, right? Make sure all the chart is correct. Yeah, like end of April or May. 1000%. Because right now, the focus is really on like your foundations, your structures, maybe your routine and getting things down to better take care of your health, mental, physical. That's like, making sure that you have practices that help you, that ground you, meditation, yoga, whatever it is, instead of like waking up and getting on your phone and being frantic. It's like the energy, the focus for you right now is really on like what you're doing on a daily basis to ground. I meant with my experience in general. Hello, okay. Yes. Yeah, it feels like it's all gonna make sense. And this is always the case, right? When we take a big leap or we're getting so like blocked with certain things. Like all last year, I was just trying so hard. I've lived in Colorado for the past 12 years, and I was trying so hard to stay there. I loved the area that I lived in Colorado. I didn't ever see myself leaving, but it was so hard to find housing, and it's never been that hard for me to find anything. Like it's always worked out. It's always been like so serendipitous. It just wasn't working out. And it was really frustrating. And I was like, I don't understand this. So I was like, let me put my stuff in storage. My lease ended, put all my stuff in storage, went on a road trip, ended up finding places I liked better than where I was in Colorado. And that's kind of the energy, right? It's like when things aren't working out, there's always a divine reason for that. And so that's what's going on with your housing situation, with your home. It's like there's a divine reason, and it's all going to make sense. But our mind can't ever, predict that or plan for that, right? It's an intuitive knowing. And it really feels like I said, end of April, early May for you. Definitely by the summer, I think you'll have something figured out. Yeah, it's been one thing after another. Yeah. Yeah, because it's just not time. It's just not time. It's all gonna make sense. Like it'll be like you got a great deal, or like you've literally found everything you wanted, whereas before it's been like, oh well, I don't love that, or I hate that, or it's like it's all gonna make sense. No, don't hope. Claim it. Because that's what's going on. There might also be something about this that's teaching you, or helping you cultivate more faith and like trust in whatever you believe in, like the universe, God, spirit, whatever. It's like helping you to trust more. As opposed to, again, I've been saying this in like every reading almost, and like talking about this the whole live of like, we're moving away as a collective from relying on the mind and like plan and analytical, and like we're learning to trust in our intuitive knowing, because that, our intuition knows the future. Like it knew that I was meant to live where I am now instead of stay in Colorado, but my mind didn't know that because it hadn't happened yet. So we're in a period of learning to trust more in our intuitive knowing than our mind. And that's a big theme for you right now, Lisa. Like you're in your nodal return, which is all about aligning with your destiny. That you might even be having some sort of spiritual awakening or heightened intuition right now, maybe dreams as well. Claimed. Yes, that's the energy. Because what is hoping? Hoping is no. We don't hope. We don't hope. We choose. This has felt like one huge test. Yeah. And like, do you really trust, or are you gonna force something that's not aligned for you? But I feel like your energy can't even be in something unaligned. So you don't even have like the option to force it. We don't know her. Yeah. Yep. That's the energy. That's what's going on. Happy early birthday. Gonna be a big year for you with everything moving into Aries. There might even be something about that spirituality and your intuitive gifts that you're bringing into your work as well. Yeah, you're welcome. Come back and let me know how things go in April and May. Because it's all gonna work out. Yeah. It's fine, it's all divine. It's fine, it's all divine. It's fine. It's all divine. Okay, who is next? Kaya? Is that how you say it? Kaya? You're so welcome, Lisa. Thanks for booking a reading. Kaya, okay. Wait, I went to school in Charleston. That's so cool that you're born there. Okay, let me pull up your chart. Yes, I went to CFC. I was in Mount Pleasant all the time because that was like where the only grocery stores were. And I'm also a Taurus life. Yeah, I used to run the Ravenel Bridge like every weekend from Charleston. Okay, let's see. Still pulling up your chart. Love that. It's grown so much. Love that I walk it all the time. Yes, I'm sure it's grown so much. I haven't been back in 10 years, but that's awesome. I remember the Whole Foods and the Trader Joe's over there. I loved. Was there all the time. Okay, you're a Virgo rising, right? Is there anything specific you want me to look at? Oh, I feel like you're also kind of in a spiritual awakening. Or at least you will be come next week. Career and love. Okay, doc. Oh, sorry. Contacts are dry as hell. What's going on with love? It feels like there's been a lot of focus for you the last few weeks on dating and romance, maybe putting yourself out there in whatever ways you feel called to, whether that's like actually getting out into the world and like meeting people, or getting on the apps if you're called to those. But there's a lot of focus on dating and relationships, and there has been for the last 2 to 3 years. Def have been doing that. Okay, good. Yeah, because that's where the energy is right now for you. And then this week, actually, it shifts into work. My God, you're in a really big cycle of like healing something about work or physical health. What's going on with that? Maybe also related to money. And stepping into something. It's almost like you had this idea of what you're going to do, and all of a sudden you're like, actually, I'm going to go in this completely opposite direction. Like, it really reminds me of the energy of like when I was it's so funny that you're from like the Charleston area. And like this happened to me when I was going to college in Charleston. I only went there for 2 years, and then I was transferred to Colorado. I was going to become a pharmacist. And then I had this like existential crisis, and I was like, wait, I don't want to take this class to become a pharmacist, and then what am I going to do? And blah, 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 blah. I had no idea, right? And then I just dropped out and went in a completely different direction. And now I've had this business for 6 years, teaching astrology and human design and doing readings, right? So it's kind of like you're at a similar crossroads where it's like the old thing you maybe wanted to do or thought you were going to do is like, never mind. But you maybe don't know what is next. Yes, I thought I wanted to be a nurse counselor. Now I'm leaning towards yoga teaching. Ah! I love it. Yep. That makes a lot of sense. I feel like those sirens are confirmation. Can you hear the sirens? That's definitely really aligned for you. Doing something related to spirituality, helping people heal. I could even see you doing like retreats with that eventually. If you wanted to, like bringing some sort of international or long distance travel to it, traveling all over the country or the world to like do those types of things. Yeah. Because you have Mars in Pisces, like you're hella intuitive. You have Moon in the 8th house, hella intuitive, very spiritually connected. Everyone I know that has similar placements to that does some sort of like breath work or meditation or Kundalini yoga. Like that's their whole job and career. And they bring in astrology or like chanting or whatever it is. That's very aligned for you. That's my dream. I studied abroad last year and I'm mourning it. Oh, yes. Yeah, I could totally see that for you. Like, you know, there are tons of ways you can go about this. I watch yoga videos on YouTube every single day. And I know some of those people do retreats and things like that all over. I know this yoga YouTube person that like, they literally travel all over and film yoga videos everywhere. So, you know, there's multiple ways for you to go about it, and it all comes down to what you want, what feels the best for you. But there's definitely that energy, that aspect to it. And there's a lot of momentum towards moving in that direction for you right now. And it feels like the relationship and everything is going to line up from that. You might even meet them through travel or, yeah, because you and I also have Venus in the 9th house. And I have met so many romantic partners through travel. So that is there too. Yeah. It feels like the major focus is on the career stuff, and then everything else will kind of line up from that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this year is going to be huge for you in terms of stepping in that direction. There might actually be a moment come like into February where you're like, I need to do this and I cannot ignore it anymore. I cannot ignore the desire to do this and move in this direction, whether it's like starting a YouTube channel or, you know, taking teacher training or whatever it is. It's like there's gonna come a moment in the next month where you're like, it's freaking time, and you really start to move in that direction. And then everything's just gonna kind of boop, 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 like line up from that. Yeah, you're so welcome. I'm excited for you. Come back and let me know. You like message me a year from now from like India or like Indonesia or somewhere. Okay, Evelyn is next. Me too. I claim it. I will. Yes. So excited for you. Just Eve. Yay. Okay, yay. Let me pull up your chart. Got a lot of spring birthday babies. That's April 2nd. Yep. Whoops, I typed that in the wrong place. Is that Los Angeles? Los Angeles. Yes. Okay, cool. It like wanted me to select the county for some reason. Okay, and Capricorn rising? Yeah, it's kind of weird, yeah. It only does that with certain cities. It's like the strangest thing. Okay, let me go back to... Wow, you have a lot of planets retrograde in your chart. Career and family life. What's going on with family life? Because I feel like there's been a lot of like healing you've had to do these last 3 months, like October, November, December. It's been incredibly transformative and really intense. Family member got sick recently. My oldest moved out. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a whole new identity shift. New identity shift. Career stuff that... Yes, to say the least, it's been hard. Yeah. I can see that for sure. The major focus these last few weeks has been really on you and how you're integrating and embodying this. And this week, the focus is shifting into your finances and into money and bringing more of maybe what you're shifting or what's changing about career is related to the healing you've been doing and the identity shifts that have been occurring for you, especially been a super focal point of the last couple weeks. What's going on with career? Because it feels like there's something that was like put on pause, maybe to deal with all the family stuff. And there's still kind of some cleanup happening before the career change gets a focus again. Does that make sense? It's like you really have to like... It's almost like you're cleaning out the closet. And when you clean out the closet, it's a mess. Like there's stuff everywhere and like you look at it all and you're like, oh my God. And it's like so overwhelming, but it's like you just had to focus on what needs to be done right now. Like I'm going to focus on socks. Then I'm going to focus on shoes. Then I'm going to focus on pants or whatever it is. And it's like not letting yourself be too zoomed out and getting overwhelmed, but like focusing on what's in front of you right now to take care of. That's where the major energy is at the moment of like, what can you do to clean up some of this stuff and then have like a clear plate in order to move forward. Yes, had to pause school way back then. Now I'm in my last semester of nursing school. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. When do you finish? Because it feels like that cleanup is kind of happening until like April. Is that when you graduate? May. Okay, yeah. That's crazy. I shouldn't be surprised, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because you are going to have, like, the focus is going to shift back into your work. Come the end of April and into May. Yeah. And then there's also a lot of cleanup happening with like your mindset and beliefs. And also maybe on how you take care of yourself. And that's all a part of this too. Cause like, you know, nursing it's so important to take care of you. when you're in a type of career like that, right? So like there's a big focus on that right now for a reason. And like I said, cleaning up everything that's going to better support it. And then it feels like come May and over the summer, it starts to really take hold. And you move really more so in that direction. And then it feels like by the end of the summer, like things are really picking back up there again. Does that make sense? Yes, I need to get back to my routine. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, it's like stuff's gotten a little out of hand, out of control, and you're like, I really need to prioritize myself again and have that be so solid and structured. And you also really need a lot of like internal processing time. And you're probably getting that, it sounds like, for the first time in a while. Makes so much sense. Yay! Yeah. It's just, you're just in a cleanup. And everything will start to move forward. It happened for a positive reason, even if it was like frustrating and annoying. Because it feels like if you had like not put it on pause, it would have really stressed you out to try and do all of it. So many messages about timing tonight of like, there's a reason it was put on pause and it's actually happening now in a more aligned way. I resonate with that so much. I'm excited for you, Eve. You really have a gift in helping people. It's very Cancer moon. Yes, it was effortless this time around, yeah. Makes sense. Hi, Hannah or Hannah. Girl, you're glowing. Thank you. It's, I did a face mask last night. I was like wondering why all day. And then I was like, oh yeah, I did have that face mask on for like 3 hours last night. That's crazy that you say that. I feel like I'm being called to advocate for the community more. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, there's some innovative kind of rebel energy to what you're going to be doing or how you're going to be doing it. Like this kind of pioneer spirit, this kind of like bringing a different energy in a different way, that you're a different approach, like maybe more holistic, kind of like being a disruptor. I feel like you're going to be a disruptor in some sort of way in that field, Eve. I'm getting really excited for you. Okay, who is next? Alba. I appreciate it. Thank you. You're so welcome. Yes, that's my plan. Hell yeah. Here. Okay. Hi, Alba. Let me pull up your chart. Pluto in Aquarius. We're all needing to be disruptors at the moment. So we can change our world, because the old shit don't work no more. God, I was in North Carolina too long, y'all. Oh. Do you know how to look at personal charts and compare to current transits? Yes. Yes, that's what I do. That's what I do. Okay, Alba, let me... Your Scorpio rising. Talking to someone, going to include... Okay, we're just going to look at your chart for love. Yes, Scorpio rising. Okay. Yeah, the focus is definitely on your relationships right now. But there might be distance with it. There might be some sort of aspect of like distance with the connection. I mean, personally, it feels good to me energetically. He's a little whimsical. And you really need like structure. Yeah, the push and the pull. Yeah, I don't think that's good for you. You know, I mean, you have free will and you can decide what you want, but if you're fine with that, that's another story, but it feels like you need something that's more consistent, that's more structured. Someone that's more reliable. I mean, you have so much in Capricorn. Like you really need in the Scorpio rising, like oh, the Virgo moon, like you need someone to be like, you know, meet me here at 6, and they are there at 6, or they're there at like 5:55. Like that's kind of what you need. Yeah. And so if you're overly focused on this person thinking that they're eventually going to get their shit together, like it's draining you, and it's keeping you in energy you're not supposed to be in, and it's literally blocking, like it's like a clogged drain. Like you have to clean out the drain for the water to flow through it, right? So it's like you kind of have to let go of expectation or attachment to it being this one person. And if they do get their shit together and come back around, okay, maybe. But you can't wait for them to do that, because it's like there's literally someone else you can meet tomorrow that's like actually everything you want. But if your energy is overly focused on a connection that isn't aligned, it's like clogging your drain. So that's the energy with that. And it feels like, let me see here, when we have Uranus going direct, because this is what's going on with your relationships. It's like you're reevaluating what you need and want within a relationship, and really closing out anything that's not that. Like this is, I don't know if you're on here when I said this earlier, but that's the energy of 2026. It's like we can't take anything with us from the past, like past patterns, past people. If they're not showing up in the ways that we need, they're gone. And we have to like really be cut and dry with that. So let's see, Uranus goes, so February 3rd. It feels like you're in a phase right now, like I said, of reevaluating what you need and being really discerning based on that. Does this person meet what I need and want in a connection? No? Okay, they're gone. And that creates room for someone else to come in. And so it feels like you could really meet somebody that's more aligned with you in February. Like the first week of February, beginning of February. Let me look at something else too. February, March. Venus, Jupiter. Yeah, but it really all comes down to you're healing your mindset around how you view it. That makes complete sense, yeah. Because it's like a wound for you. It's like your Chiron is in Cancer. It's like a core wound for you to want to like heal, to want to heal people and like want to fix people, but you can't unless they're like coming to you for it, or they're like open about it, or they're like wanting that, right? And that might be something you need an outlet for in another way as well, because otherwise it's going to keep like bleeding into your close connections, and that kind of gets you into trouble. And then it keeps your energy like attached to these people that aren't doing the healing themselves, because energetically you're there to do it for them, right? So yeah, you want to save everyone. Yeah. Well, you got to save yourself from people who leech from you. That's the major focus, is like putting your energy into you, and you'll meet somebody who matches that instead of like takes from you, to the point of it being an uneven thing. Like your person is really they're like everything. They're like heady, they're intellectual, but they really have that like supportive, nurturing side. But in the ways that you need and the ways that you want. And they're very like, literally like, this is how you know. They're very punctual. They're very like, they say they're gonna be somewhere, they're there. They say they're gonna do something, they do it. Like they're very an action oriented person. And that's like your major thing to watch out for in people that you date. If they're not taking the action, they gotta go. No chances. No more chances in 2026. Because you're putting off meeting your actual like person. I love that because that's how I am. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and it's like your person has to match your values. Be your match. I think it's coming in for you this year. If not February, definitely by the summer. But it all comes down to you not ignoring red flags and really not giving people the benefit of the doubt and blah, 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 blah. Because the benefit of the doubt never benefits you. Okay. Period. Yeah. Yeah. That's the energy. And we're 10 minutes away from Aquarius season. You're so welcome. Keep me updated. Come back and let me know. Get a message from you in May that's like, I'm dating this person and it's been amazing. And I really feel like so many people are gonna, like, this is kind of a year of divine partnerships and like aligned partnerships because we've done the fucking work. Now it's about integrating it, embodying it. And he made it on time. Yes, he was there early. He got flowers. The whole story. I can't wait. I can't wait. All right. I think, Alba, I think you're the last person. I don't have anyone in line. Next. So if anybody else wants a reading, speak now or hold your peace. I might be back tomorrow, but I might not. Ten-minute countdown to Aquarius season. All right, y'all. That was it. Happy Aquarius season. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.